Oh no! Oh, he's trapped me in his maze again! What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do! Oh no! Welcome, it's your friendly neighborhood Badger here, and I am back for another video of my newest build that I am attempting here. Some of my previous videos mentioned that I may have been wanting to play a build like this one, but as you can see in front of you with that posture, you can see me playing a Scion. And you can also see there's quite a few aura effects on this Scion. So what am I playing? Yes, I am playing some form of aura stacking Scion, but it is not the same as everyone's been playing. This one is stacking armor and using a keystone from a timeless jewel called Transcendence to transfer the damage reduction that you get from armor to apply instead to your fire, cold, and lightning damage, and having negative to all maximum elemental resistances. What this means is we stack crazy amounts of armor. You can see idle in my hideout, I have 380,000 armor. I turn my two big flasks on here, and this actually goes up to, hang on, I'm not actually turning them on there, hang on, goes up to 949,000, and as you're mapping, that actually goes above 1 million, to then use 2 Dreamfeather Eternal Swords. These Dreamfeather Swords give 1% increased attack damage per 450 armor, which is kind of insane. So if we do some quick maths right here, so we've got 2 of these. So this is basically 2% increased attack damage per 450 armor. If we go 900, let's just say 900,000 armor, right? 900,000 armor divided by 450 equals 2,000 times 2. So we're getting 4,000 increased percentage attack damage with the armor that we're achieving right now at a base minimum. What this does mean is you can see that right now 546 elemental DPS there. We go both of them up to 1.3 million tooltip. And yes, as you can see here, we are using Elemental Hit, the skill Elemental Hit. Now, the reason we're using Elemental Hit is it has crazy... Oh, sorry, Scion. Yes, you can have a moment's respite. We deal crazy flat elemental damage. Now, this flat elemental damage, it's really interesting here. On this gem, you can see we deal a base amount of flat fire, base amount of flat cold, and a base amount of flat lightning. Now, there is the line below this. It only deals damage of the chosen element. Now, this line is actually really important for Elemental Hit. For those who don't know, Elemental Hit works really interestingly. It still rolls all 3 of those elements per attack, but only deals damage of the chosen element, and it's randomly chosen. However, you can force what element it chooses by using these combat-focused jewels. So we're using a jewel that means it cannot choose lightning, using a jewel that means it cannot choose cold, which means it always chooses fire. And it always still rolls the lightning and cold. But if we're only dealing fire, then it doesn't do the lightning or cold. Or does it? We then also use Avatar of Fire to convert our cold and lightning damage, 50% of our cold and lightning damage to fire, and then convert the other amounts of our cold damage. We do some cold damage to fire, and we do some lightning damage to cold here. So almost all, it's around about like 80% in total of all of this flat added damage goes all the way to fire damage. What that does mean is then that's being increased by 4,000% just from our Dreamfeathers. Whoa, that was a bit of a mouthful. Now, this build has been adapted by a lovely YouTuber. I think I saw Elliot Chappell, I think the name is. Anyway, I'll put a link down below of the build that I have adapted this from. This is not totally my own invention, but I have used a lot of very, very interesting things from that and then adapted it to then use Elemental Hit. They've been using physical skills. I decided I want to do something very different and use elemental skills. So we're also using a Skin of the Loyal to basically give +2 to AoE gems with an extra corruption there. There's another good best in slot. We can get another +2 to gems on this one here, which is going to be super, super, super tasty. If I do decide to go down that. I'm not going to outline everything else. I will also put the paste bin down below. You can see everything here. But beware, this build is expensive. I've invested around about 100 exalts into this build at the moment. That was when exalts were about 35 chaos or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much the build, and you have been waiting. Actually, I was going to do this this map here, but instead, I think I might do this Forge of the Phoenix map, so you can see how I deal against a Shaper boss. So let's just jump into that map right there. I will put Fortune Favors the Brave on at the moment, just to give a little bit extra, but we'll jump in and I'll show you how this build functions. Now, because it's elemental hit, the damage isn't absolutely, you know, bonkers. Oh, no, sorry, the damage is bonkers, but the clear is not absolutely bonkers. Actually, I'm going to click off that Divine Shrine so you can actually see how tanky we are. We are very tanky, basically. We can just, like, kind of stand here. We did take a lot of damage there at the moment, but we just regen it all back up. We can also tank these ones right here, which is quite interesting. Taking a bit of damage there and going quite low, but this build also isn't finished because we're only level 92, which is quite interesting. So, you can see we're only on about 5,000 energy shield, but you did see at the start of this video as well, on the intro, I completely tanked that Cirrus Meteor as well, and it did almost nothing to my health. So, this build is absolutely insane, excels against the small hits, excels even harder against yeah, any sort of like chaos damage, obviously, because we're CI. The defensive layers are insane, and we're still pulling out crazy single target damage as well. As we get to the boss here, you'll also see my single target damage is relatively okay, but we're only technically on 5 link because I am also using, where is it? Ancestral Call. So that's actually making my damage do less. So we're actually technically on a less than 5 link for single target damage. I could switch in something like Fire Penetration. There's also Ruthless is very good for this build. But I think Fire Penetration is probably best against like your big endgame bosses. So we'll just jump through here. The clear is okay. We'll jump to this boss here. And jump over there. And just, basically we can now just sit here and wail on him. I might even put my Baal on. Does a bit of damage there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're not absolutely demolishing the guys just yet, the big bosses. We did die. Very tanky, he says, but I'm gonna include that in because I didn't have any flasks left. We're gonna keep that in. The build is still going, but yeah, we didn't fully tank all of that, did we? So let's just continue on. Anyway, actually, rather than moving all the way through there, we can finish that right there. So yes, we did die at the end there, but that's because I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of, you know, trying to talk as much as I could. But believe me when I say that this build is still quite tanky. That's one of the only deaths I have had today. And it's only getting tankier as we are only level 92 at the moment. So that's basically it. Yes, exactly. Mox Pebble in chat, because we're doing this live at the moment, says it's not Ignite immune yet. We are very close to being full elemental immune. We're about 87% each. So we haven't fully finished that. Once we're full element immune, that's going to be a lot better. As you can see, it's basically degen damage that does heaps to us. Anything around degen doesn't do much to us at all, but degen is the big thing. That is pretty much it with all I have to say there. There's a little bit of a scuffed showcase there, but that's the build. That's lots of fun. Dying on 100x in a video sounds pretty good. 100x build in a video sounds pretty good, so I'm just going to leave that right in there. I'm going to upload this for you. Once again, if you want the links down below, there is a paste bin down below. You can have a look at this build, and there is also the video to the other build that I did take some things from as well, so definitely go check that out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and until next time, Badger is out.